Hello, everyone. My name is Clint Willen, and I'll be teaching the Keypad programming today. We're going to begin probably in about 6 minutes. When you join, if you would please mute your microphones and then unmute if you have a question during the class. Like I said, we'll begin probably in about 6 minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clinton Rowland. I'm a field engineer at BK Technologies. I'll be running the training class today. If you could do me a favor and mute your microphone unless you have a question, that'll help things go along much smoother. So today I'm going to focus on teaching excuse me. So today I'm going to be focused on teaching the keypad programming. We're going to focus on using the KNG platform, KNG2, or our latest BKR 5000. Feel free to stop me at any time by either unmuting or going into the chat. My assistant, Christine Roby, another field engineer, will be helping me with the chat and asking any questions that you guys put in the chat. So if you have any questions, like I said, stop me and I'll go through it. This is designed to be a lab. So I encourage you, if you don't already, grab yourself a KNG and follow along. We're going to be putting these frequencies here today into a radio. So just one zone and 3 frequencies. And then after the training, if you have any questions related or not related to keypad programming, feel free to ask and I'll do the best I can to answer them. So without further ado, I'm going to grab my radio and turn it on. If you haven't seen it yet, this is the new BKR 5000, our newest VHF radio. So the buttons and displays will be the same for the KNG2, and for the KNG, the display is slightly smaller, so you might have to do some extra scrolling. So first, to begin, let's access the keypad programming menu. The easiest way to do that is to press the menu button and then press the previous button. The previous button will cycle all the way back around to the keypad programming that's on the bottom, so you don't have to press down all the way to get to it. Once you've selected keypad programming, press enter, and then it'll be asked for a password. The default password is 6 zeros. And then once you've inputted the 6 zeros, you'll press enter. And then it'll give you the top option, which is keypad. So once you've selected that, you should see where it says global, system, zone, and channel. And this is the keypad programming. Most commonly, you're not going to be doing anything with the global or the system. The global will change how the radio's display works, and the system will allow you to change the P25 ID of the radio. So we're going to begin by adding a new zone. So I'm going to scroll down to where it says zone and press enter. Next, I'll see edit zone, add zone, or delete zone. So I want to add a zone. So I'm going to scroll down and select enter. Here it will give me the option to add either a standard or a command zone. A command zone is just simply a lookup table that the user can create on the fly. If you're not familiar with command zones or you haven't trained your users on command zones, I don't recommend that you use this. So we're going to keep with standard zone and press enter. And here you'll see it automatically added zone 5 for me. So it's automatically going to add a zone on the end. If I have to program multiple zones, I would simply, while still on add zone, press enter again and add another zone. Once I've added that zone, I can now edit it. So I'm going to press the previous key to edit zone and press enter. And here I have to scroll to the zone that I want to edit. Since I know that it added the zone to the very end of my list, I can simply hit previous and it will wrap all the way back around to the new zone that I added. I'll press enter. And here you can see I can edit the zone label. I can edit the priority 1 channel, the zone transmit on priority 1, and zone priority 2 channel. Really, the only thing I care about here is the label. So I'm going to press enter. And then from here, I can clear this out by pressing the clear button. And then using the keypad, I'm going to type in the name of my zone. For this example, we're using lab. So just like the old cell phones, you can press the button to cycle through the letters. And then you can use 0, star, hashtag, and 1 to go through special characters. Once I have the name selected the way I want, I'll press enter. And now that setting's been saved. Any questions about how to add or edit a zone? Okay, great. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to press escape until I am back to the global system zone channel option. And we're going to add channels to the zone that I just created. So I'm going to scroll down to channel and press enter. And then I'm going to scroll down to add channel and press enter. So here it wants me to select the zone that I want to add to. If you've got a bunch of zones in your radio, remember the one we just created is at the end. So we can press the previous key when we have number 1 selected, and it will wrap back around to the lab zone that we just created and edited. I'm going to press enter, and now it wants me to input the channel index. The channel index will correspond to the channel knob position here on top that's numbered 1 through 16. So if we look back to my lab, here I'm going to put in a channel 1, a channel 2, and a channel 16. So for channel index number, I'm going to press in 1 and enter. Channel 1 has been successfully added. Since I have to add 2 more channels, I'm going ahead and press enter with channel add selected. It's going to ask me for the zone again. I'm going to press previous to wrap back around to my lab zone and press enter. Now for the channel index, I'll type in the number 2, press enter. And then for my last channel, again, I'm going to press enter on add channel, press previous to go back to the zone, press enter, and then select the 16 as my channel index number, 1, 6. Press enter. Now 16 is added. Now that I've added my channels to the zone, I need to edit them to have the information that I need. So I'm going to press the previous key and go to edit channel and press enter. From here, I need to select the zone that I want to edit. I need to select the zone that contains the channels that I want to edit. So I'll press previous to wrap back around and press enter. And now I have my 3 channels, channel 1, channel 2, and channel 16. So I'm going to start with channel 1 and press enter. And here I can edit the parameters for that channel. I like to use this as a checklist, and I go through every single one of these, even if they don't matter to me at all, and I'm not going to make any changes. And that will ensure that I don't make any errors or mistakes, and make sure that I keep the accuracy as good as possible. So for channel label, I'll press enter, and then I'll press clear. The first channel that I have, the label assigned to it has been fire. So from the radio, I'll type in fire. There we go. Once it's selected, I'll press enter. Setting is saved. I go down to the next one, receive frequency. I'll press enter, then press clear, and then here I look, my receive frequency is 155.725. So I'll type in 155.725. Press enter. Next is my RX mode. I'll press enter. Here I can select between analog, digital, or mixed. Looking at my sheet, this channel has been assigned an RX PL tone, but not an RX NAC. And so because of that, I know that this radio is this channel is an analog channel. So here I'll select analog. The next one down is the RX guard, and I'll press enter. So I have the option of off, which is the same thing as carrier squelch, tone, which is a PL tone, or digital, which is a DPL tone. So for this one, my RXPL is 770. So I'll go to tone and press enter. Now for tones that are less than 100, we have to type in a 0 first. So I'm going to press clear 0770 and then press enter. Next is the bandwidth. I'll press enter and it has the selection between narrow and wideband. I would say probably 99.9999% of the time, you're going to select narrow band. So we'll just press enter. The next one down is the transmit power. Here I can select between low power, high power, selectable with the default of low, or selectable with a default of high. For the sake of training, I'm just going to keep it at high power. But if you're utilizing clamshell or AA batteries, you may want to put it at low power to help extend your battery life. Next is the transmit frequency. So I'll press enter and clear. And then I look at my listing here and it's 155.725. So I'll type in 155.725. Please note that if you're programming a receive only frequency, you can set this to all zeros and it will be a receive only channel. Next, I'll press enter. Scrolling down, I have transmit mode. I'll press enter. Again, because I have a PL tone here, I know that this is analog. So I'll press enter on analog. Scroll down again to transmit guard and press enter. The PL tone is 77 Hertz, so I'll go down to tone, enter, clear, and 0770, and then press enter. Next, I have DTMF live dial. So this will turn that on or off. With it turned on, I can press the keypad to send DTMF tones over the air. And with it turned off, I can't do that. Most commonly, you'll have this turned off. I'll press enter, press down again, and now I'm back to the channel label. I now have gone through all of the options and configured the parameters appropriately, so I can press escape to go back out. Now, because I'm still in the edit mode, if I want to, I can go down to my next channel and edit it. If you made a mistake and you escaped all the way back out the global system zone channel, we can simply just select channel, press enter, select edit channel, press the previous button to loop back around to the bottom zone that we have, press enter, and then select the channel we wish to edit. In this case, channel number 2. Do we have any questions so far? Great. So I'm going to continue now, and we're going to edit channel number 2 and channel 16, and I encourage you to follow along with me. So for channel 2, my label is LE. So I'll select enter, clear, and type in LE. Enter. The frequency is 154.4525. So I'll go down to receive frequency, press enter, clear, 154.4525, and press enter. Next, I have receive mode. If you notice here, this channel has been assigned a NAC code and not a PL code. So that tells me that this channel is digital. So I'll select down to digital and press enter. Now you'll notice instead of RX guard, we have RX NAC. I'll press enter. And then here it says the default is the hexadecimal value of 293. I'm going to press enter and clear that out. And then the NAC code that I've been assigned is 1 alpha 2. So I'm going to type in 1, and then I'm going to press the 2 key twice to get to the alpha. Wait a second, and then press the next button, and then I can select 2, 1 alpha 2. I press enter, and now that setting's been saved. Next is squelch mode. So we have normal or selective, and this is only important if you're using additional talk groups within your digital channel. I'm going to select normal. I have transmit power. I'll select transmit power. I'm going to keep it to high power. Stand by. Next, I'll go down to transmit frequency, press enter, and I'll input the frequency. So the frequency should be 1544525. So I'm going to type in 1. I have to hit clear first. 1544525, and then press enter. Next is my transmit mode. I'll press enter. Again, because I have a NAC code and not a PL tone, I know that this is a digital channel. So I'll scroll down to digital, press enter. I'll scroll down again to the TX NAC, press enter. I'm going to press enter again and clear. And then I will type in 1A2, 1A, next 2. Press enter. Now we have the talk group ID. If you want to assign a talk group ID to the channel, most of the time you'll not. Then we have DTMF live dial. And again, we normally keep that off. And now I'm back to channel label. I've gone through all the available parameters and they're configured. So next I'm going to hit escape. Now I have my last channel to do, channel 16. I can press enter. And then for the channel label, it's going to be MA1 here for our mutual aid. So I'll select enter. I'm going to select clear. Then I'm going to type in M, A. I'm going to press the 0 key to make a space, and then type in number 1. Then press enter. Next, I have the frequency. I'll press enter, clear. I'm going to type in 1594725 and press enter. Next, I'll go down to the RX mode. And here, you'll see that I have a PL tone, even though it's a DPL. I don't have a NAC, so I know that this is analog. So I'll select analog. I'll go down to code guard. And this time, instead of selecting tone, I'm going to select digital. You'll see that the D is the leading digit there to let me know that it's a DPL. And in this case, my DPL is 270. So I'm going to type in 2, I'll type in clear, then 270, and press enter. Next is the bandwidth. I'm going to keep that narrow band. Transmit power, I'm going to keep it high. Transmit frequency, I'll press clear. Type in 1594725 and press enter. I'm going to press next. I have my transmit mode. So under transmit, I have a PL tone and not a NAC. So I know this is an analog channel. I'll go to transmit guard, press enter. Because it has a DPL, I'm going to select digital, press clear, and type in 270 and press enter. Next is the DTMF live dial. I'm going to keep that off. And I'm going to press down, and I'm back to my channel label. So now I've successfully inputted the parameters for all 3 channels. If I'm done programming and I want to get out of the menu, or if you ever find yourself in the menus and you're completely lost and you just don't want to play with the radio anymore, we can always press and hold the escape key and it'll take us straight back to the main screen. So from here, I can press zone select, I can scroll down, and I can select the lab zone that we just created. And here I have fire, LE, and the mutual aid. If you are using If you're using this training as a lab setting and you have more than one participant, I encourage you to then do comms checks, key up the radio, see if they work with your buddy. Oftentimes, I'll post a sheet like this on the board or on the display, and I'll have the group let loose and do it on their own, and then I'll help individual groups as they need it or as necessary. Do you have any questions specifically on keypad programming and how to execute that? Okay, great. That's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for attending the training. I'm going to open the floor now for questions. You can ask me anything you like, and I'll try my best to answer them. Do I have any questions at all? Feel free to unmute your microphone or use the chat. Well, if there are no questions, I'll end the meeting. Thanks again for attending. This meeting has been recorded, so we will post this up to our YouTube channel, and you should get information about it as soon as available. Thanks.
Hey, Clint, I had a question.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It's Jennifer. Hey, how are you?
Doing great.
So if you have a pick already in the radio program, will it populate it with that pick list? Or would, if you created a new zone, would you have to create a whole new pick list?
So if you already have, great question. So if you already have a pick list in the radio, so here I'm going to press menu and then enter. So for this particular radio, I don't have a pick list, but let's go to channel and then edit channel. And we'll edit the fire channel. And then when I go to RX Code Guard, here you see I have tone, digital, or select. If I go to select, this then brings me to my Code Guard pick list that I can pick from that's already programmed into the radio. And they can select from there. And then if after the fact they need to change it on the fly, they should still be able to go through the same process they use to change their Code Guard from a pick list.
Cool. Okay. Second question is, if you're, and this is about cloning, a little bit off topic, but somehow related. Why are you cloned to a KNG? And if you have a pick list in the radio, why doesn't the DPH send the tone? Why do you have to add it?
That's a great question. So in the DPH, the way that radio and its parameters are organized is very, very different than the way it's organized in the KNG. And as a result, when we clone from that older to the newer models, sometimes we sacrifice things, and unfortunately, the pick list is probably at the top of the list of sacrifices. So in order to do a pick list from the DPH to the KNG, I don't think you can clone it at that time, at this time. And whenever you're cloning, say, KNG to KNG or KNG to BKR, you can clone just the pick list and that's it. The idea behind keypad programming and cloning is that's expedited programming. That's programming your radio when a computer's not available. Always and forever, a computer is going to be the preferred method to accurately and quickly and efficiently program your radio. We offer cloning and keypad programming as methods when you don't have a computer available and you just need to get it done.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just had that question because I've encountered that out west. So.
Sure. Great questions. Any other questions? Awesome. Thanks for attending. Like I said, we'll be posting a video of this training up on our YouTube webpage so you can review and you can follow along and maybe help your Train the Trainer program where you have it. Thanks for attending. You guys have a great day.
I did have one other question, Clint.
Go for it.
Can you clone in a talk group if you already have the system programmed in, a trunking talk group? No.
No, we can't do any keypad or cloning for the trunking. That's not allowed. No.
Okay. Thanks, Clint. I enjoyed the training.
No worries. Thanks a lot.